map isn't
Oh,
close.
hey gang. We're live here on Team Fortress
Ooh,
TV. This is Admirable. I'm joined by Twiggy. We got DavidTheWin on camera. We're going to drop down into the amateur bracket. The tournament has split into two brackets now, but those are both double elimination brackets as well, just to confuse you even more. But this is the winners bracket of the amateur bracket. Round two, BackGet Foolery versus Orks eSport. We're in the third map of this best of three series. It looks like it's going to be process, but I understand Orks won the first map, Badlands 5-0. Then I think it was Snakewater went 5-2 to
indeed.
BackGet Foolery, and now we're here for the
Fortune.
decider.
Yeah, they won fortune on Snakewater, so it really seems that Orcs esports are very shaky on some maps and very good on some other maps.
We just had a tip off here from Kiro. He's saying we should follow Zach. He thinks it's going to be his big map.
Yeah, Zach, the retired demo man from the old Punchline team. You know, the one with Captain Axe, Flippy. It's quite old. It's quite old
That's
actually.
a long time ago.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. It
What
seems.
about you remember Punchline Flynn?
Yeah, I do. It was actually a LAN admin 3 years ago for my first gamers assembly. A very chill dude.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Punchline
Yeah,
Zach, he was getting some love in Twitch chat yesterday. You know, I think Demul is definitely a Zach fan. But I don't see Demul in Twitch chat today. Maybe he's just still in bed or something. But
I'm pretty sure he will come later on though. You just have to summon him.
I look into the camera directly and say Demul, 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 and he'll appear as if by magic. Spam some SM orcs in chat if you want to summon Demul from the depths of hell. But yeah, we are of course still planning to cover the professional bracket, particularly the
Exactly.
top five versus Salty Frogs game. But they've decided to delay it a little bit so we can get some of this action in as well, right, Twiggy?
Exactly. Hopefully it's gonna be a good match. I just learned that that this will be GF18's last match at the tournament because he has to leave the venue later on. So it looks like top 5 Rocket will just no, Salty Frogs will just use Leo from Big.tf as a deluxe quality merc for the rest of the tournament. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what GF can do. He really played much better today than yesterday, it felt. He's really getting back into the groove of the game, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of sad to hear. I mean, Leo's a roamer, right?
He can play everything, man. He can play
Okay,
soldier, he can
okay.
play scout. He's even decent as medic.
You think he's going to be able to fill those boots of GF18?
As scout, it's gonna be tough, but if maybe he switches with glass tree, he can definitely play soldier for sure.
That's going to be an interesting one to watch. This server is almost full here. We do have just Remish playing in spectator, but as soon as he joins, we're probably going to get underway. What's your prediction then for this map, Twiggy? Do you have an inkling who's going to win?
I'm a bit more biased towards Baguette Foolery in blue because of my boy Karnax being in there. Shout out to him. But I really like the mindset of Orks esports. You know that they are all very old players playing together for quite some time, and they are not active in the online community. They just reunite for LANs, and I think this is the TF2 spirit that we know. Like you go to LAN once, and then you enjoy it so much. You enjoy seeing your friends you play with online, and then it just becomes as a second circle of friends that you wanna see from time to time. And I think that's why there is still so many teams for TF2 on LAN. You know.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting watching them play yesterday. We did cast one of their games, and they definitely had a kind of an old school style, like very much putting all their heels into their pocket soldier. He was running the shotgun as well. I think we saw just some WM1 pyro plays from Kiro. I'm looking forward to see what they have. Some vintage, some classic TF2 playstyles coming out here. I'm gonna go for Orks. You know, I'm gonna back Orks. I'm an old man myself. I'm gonna root for the old man.
Shoutouts to Orks esports as well doing the French cast here. They have actually an awesome venue to do the finals. They have that's the first time that TF2 gets a dedicated scene in the same hall as the players. It reminds me a bit of the setup at Insomnia Land. Of course, it's much smaller there, but this is a kind of spirit that is similar, you know.
You can catch that Orc stream as well on Twitch.tv Orks TV, yeah, ORKS TV. If you want to see that stage in action, it is a pretty slick setup. But as to the game right now, 12 players on the server just juking out here on Soap DM on Process Middle. We're ready. Let's go, guys. Get this game underway. Use your French powers, Twiggy. Make them start.
What did you say? Excuse me.
Use your powers of Frenchness to get these guys to start the game. We're
I'm
ready.
trying to, but I forgot to bring my own whip, so I couldn't just whip them when they were late. It's the job of the LAN admin, but I'm just a random scrub, you know. I'm not even here to play.
Potentially, if this game isn't over in 15 minutes or 20 minutes, we might just have to cut it short. But we're gonna bring in this amateur action right now.
Yeah, we definitely wanna see the whole game between top 5 Rocket and 30 Fox, but it's gonna depend on how close this current game is. Maybe if it's not that much of a thrilled finish, we can afford to just leave mid-game, you know?
They'll understand. I'm watching Kiro, he's on Sniper as well here in middle, warming up.
Yeah. Did you know that Kiro plays with the inverted Y-axis on his mouse?
No.
I think
Like
it's the... Yeah, he has to put his mouse upward to aim at his feet. Like, I think he's the only guy at LAN that does this.
That's just a sign of being an old ass gamer. It's like whenever they used to have flight simulators and stuff and there was an inverted axis. Oh. He's
He
just
thinks
an
TF2 is a flight simulator, yeah.
exactly. But yeah, that would just blow my mind. That's like the kind of thing you see Sideshow doing on his stream just to mess up his game. It's like, yeah, let's go with the inverted axis or reverse your keys. But if it works for him, it works, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, DavidTheWin says Hildreth likes inverted mouse as well. He's sitting right in front of us. I can't tell.
Yeah, we have to do some
Oh,
kind
he's
of shots.
disappeared,
We have to do some kind of shots of the players in action. Maybe not put them live, but I'm sure we can upload them somewhere or make some quick photos later on to show the strange configs that you see sometimes.
Saito's playing Russian style. He's got just his keyboard on his lap and only the mouse and the mouse mat in front of him.
It
Oh,
looks
here we
like
see.
it's live. Finally.
So this is
It's
it.
going live, yeah.
It's the amateur bracket. We're in the winners bracket of the amateur bracket. It's round 2, third map here between BackGet, Foolery and Orks eSport. It's going to be process. Winner takes all in this map, or winner progresses at least to the winner bracket final. Who are we looking at in middle, Twiggy?
I'm looking at Zach denying really early Karnax that gets absolutely destroyed in his bomb. I know Zach is looking to go forward to the blue sewers. It's looking good for Orks eSports. While Skoyat is still alive, but no, Olga manages to take him down, but that's at the cost of almost the whole team. It's only a scout that's left. This is actually Polo Milius getting slammed on sewers by the Aldi Kiro, and on the back of a very good performance by Zach, we see the first move to Orks eSports. Kiro was right when he told us to watch Zach.
It seems like almost everyone on the BackGet Foolery team is just fake nicking right now.
Of course, yeah. It's a very strong tradition in French TF2 to just fake nick all the time. You should see top 5 Rocket when they mix. Like, it's absolutely not possible to know who is who. You have to look at the pictures first, but I think that's the LAN spirit as well, you know. A bit of taunting, a bit of shit nicknames. The Orks eSports are really good at building at the moment.
Only Ganon actually keeping his name. He was kind enough to bring me some coconut oil last night and polish my head for me. True story, that actually happened. Thank you.
Everyone likes your head. It seems everyone wanna touch it. Maybe they think it's like extremely smooth or something, you know.
It's creepy. It's
But
like an alien egg.
But look at this wraparound play from Orks eSports. They are taking by surprise the combo of BackGet, Foolery, and managed to get free entry on second point. But they're actually a bit trapped behind the actual BackGet Foolery roster. But what are they doing? They're splitting up. Deliaeus is doing so much work on Chuck, but Kaza, the medic, just chose to run away. And Olga, without any kind of heals, manages to make the best of the kind of strange situation and manages to score the frag onto Wise Coyote. So if Karnax and Kaza just manage to hold the high ground, they might have a shot at capping this middle point.
This is a dangerous game. BackGet Foolery are trying to cap, but the respawns are going to be coming in. But that pick onto Zach gives them a long spawn, so no demo man up here for Orks if they want to try and contest this. And it seems that they do not. They're just going to retreat here and regroup on second. But it could have gone either way, I think, Twiggy.
Yeah, indeed. They were smart enough to play it slow with their heals. We saw that the soldier didn't try to overextend to get the kill, and instead just made enough room for his scout to kill the demo man. And they are indeed looking very good. Orks eSport in a very defensive position. I like where Wise Quiet is building actually. He's building on the balcony, so that gets him a nice escape from lobby, which is safe from jumpers. But now it looks like Delirious and Olga are totally overextended, maybe not on the same page as their medic, and they just die when the medic just Admirable, he could have just popped and make them enter the point. And now they will have to face the onslaught of Orks eSports. Are they going to just leave the mid, or are they going to block the dribble? It looks like they're just going to leave.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna get the hell out of there. They didn't even keep any kind of foothold. They just retreated all the way through. Choke. Difficult to repush. They actually get the foresight early here. How long are we gonna see that milk? Kaza popping off. They're gonna start to work their way in, launching those soldiers in. The back cap. Oh no!
There's only a soldier that can block. It's Karnax. He manages to do it with a bit of help of Delirious. But no, that just only made room for John to bomb and to kill Kaza. But it's a 3-on-2 situation. But the health is so bad for BackGet Foolery that I'm pretty sure we have to call it quits on this middle. Yeah, Karnax goes down to Kero just before the health pack. I know Delirious is alone on mid. He's gonna 1v1 on Zach. He gets a nice sticky and managed to get the frag. That's a 2k for the French demo man, but it just oversteps and gets mulched by the respawners.
Yeah, he got greedy there, you know, he thought he was in his own frag movie, he was just going to kill them all one after the other, but they used their little number advantage there with the respawn wave and crushed him. Right now though, both demo men are down, nothing's happening here. It's a little bit of downtime as they get buffs, wait for the respawns, and build those Uber charges, but slight advantage here for Orks, and they have a sniper rifle, yeah. I was going to say, will they push on it, but if they have a sniper then it's kind of... It's tricky, they might just wait for the pick.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe they will just hope to make a bit of room for the sniper, thinking that BackGet Foolery will just respect the presence of the sniper, but Delirious doesn't respect him and smashes him, so that's very well played by him. I know the Ubers are equal. Olga and Delirious have to be careful not to overextend. Olga is a bit disconnected, Uber gets triggered, and one soldier is down for both teams, so that's still looking fine. But I really need the scouts in the river charger. No, Delirious finds himself isolated on this choke point while everyone is fighting the Wild Coyote and Lurius that try to back up as the combo on second point. A bit of a new kind of meta game. You know?
It was like two ships passing in the night there. You know, they were so close but they didn't see each other. The Wild Scout and Lurius came in out behind with their Uber and didn't realize that the enemy medic was just chilling behind them. Could have had that pick, but they kind of committed. It was maybe a breakdown in communication. Orks clearly excited for this game, but need to just calm down and focus here.
Yeah, and this is still looking quite close of the game. Orks eSport once again opting to hold above the piece so that they can get good heals to the members watching it. But there's a lot of room to work with in the Suez area. I'm not sure that BackGet Foolery are aware of it, but they could take full advantage of it.
Orks not stationing any players whatsoever in the sewer, seeming to focus their attentions on that PC area, and they're about to soak up a little pressure here.
And this time they pop early. That's cool. They also get the pocket. They might get Zach as well. So 2 frags, including the demo man. John tries to salvage the play for his team, but he went at the time where all his teammates were down, so he had to hit the crazy shot and didn't manage to do it. I know this is the Conqueror push on last. This is looking quite correctly for BackGet Foolery. They get the force. They use the conk movement speed to escape, but actually nobody steps on the point while the demon was there, and it's just allowed to cap it for free.
Yeah, they just managed to launch the scout into the air there, just enough.
Oh, that's what happened, yeah.
So that he could cap the point.
Thanks.
Just juggled him ever so slightly.
It's always fun when you do that, especially when you run the loose cannon and you just blast people away from the point and cap it yourself.
Very much so.
Zach is quite slow this mid though.
We've played only 7.5 minutes so far. Score is 1-0 here to BackGet Foolery, and that's John the Roamer being dealt with there. Will BackGet push off this? Lurius has gone down as well, so does Kiro. Orks just losing so many players here in this middle, and they're not going to be able to get out. Zach will be the last to die, but that was a complete wipe coming in here against Orks. That's quite surprising.
Yeah, it looked good at the start for Orks eSports, but I think their soldiers are too focused on taking down the blue medic. Whereas if they just went for other kind of frags, they could have just isolated the medic later on, you know. So if you lose your roaming soldier and you cannot even manage to kill the medic, like you could have just better fired rockets at anyone else, you know. And now the Uber charge is being popped. There is a heavy weapons guy on the field, but smartly BackGet fully dealt with the heals early, so that means no heals for this heavy weapons guy. And Olga is managed to score the 2k and get the 200. It looked decent, you know, like there was some focus fire, a clear choice made by BackGet Foolery on this push.
Interesting they decided to use the Conqueror charge and the Uber charge at the same time. I would say that's you know, kind of overkill, but they managed to make it work. And Olga was on a 6k streak that round, but it was a very fast round. They smashed middle and they smashed last. It was brutal.
Yeah, I wanna take my eyes onto John, seeing what he's up to. He has a clear choice at taking Delirious, but he whiffs the first rocket and gets smashed by Karnak, who did the fast rollout as well. Good play by Karnak, recognizing the danger of this man. Another very good bomb by Karnak, where everyone was just stuck near that shutter door. Does so much damage and setups 2 more kills for his team. 3 more kills actually.
I should state, you know, that we have a conflict of interest here, that Karnax is our homeboy. He's sharing our hotel room with us. So if we hype him up, you just have to deal with that. Go Karnax!
Yeah, Beast cast is the best one, you know? No, but in all honesty, it was quite well executed. And now they have another shot at pushing. They chose to push from the rollout, but this time the heavy weapons guy is actually overhealed, and the focus fire is poorer from BackGet Foolery. They only deal with 1 scout. They have good position on the high ground though. Everyone is on the low ground for Orks, and look at them dropping like flies. What a play once again by BackGet Foolery. You know, like they didn't overextend at all. They just took the correct position and outspammed the heavy. Like the heavy at local just like -5, -5. They were just like shoving rockets at him, not taking any damage. I like this kind of positional play. It's really smart.
Yeah, they didn't overcommit there, just edged it around the point as well. And this game is fast on its way to becoming a roll. I mean, the first map was actually rolled by Orks. That was Badlands. Then BackGet Foolery came back on Snakewater 4-2, but now it seems to be one-way traffic. It's all BackGet Foolery. 3-0 here on process for a middle number 4. Still 19 minutes 20 seconds on the clock as people are positioned, softening each other up, but it's Ramesh and Delcinio first to go down here, but it's looking good yet again here for BackGet Foolery. Oh my god, the soldiers jumping forward, just cleaning up.
There's 2 players cutting the exit path from Orks eSports. They find themselves trapped in sewers, but the Demon is a very good defensive class. He managed to score 1 kill, but what is this scout doing? Follomet is not following his soldier. He's just gonna allow Orks eSports to get their river and to escape safely. So they made the best out of a very shit situation at Orks eSports.
You notice that is that Olga is on 5 dominations right now on the scoreboard?
Interesting, yeah. The conch play, man.
It's really hard to kill that conch soldier, like, yeah.
These guys just like changed lineup like at least 5 times during this land so far. Not happy with whatever they got, but it seems that what they have is working. Orks eSports are using the Uber charge very early to try to get back into the mid. They actually managed to find 2 frags, including the medic. Everyone is extremely weak on the BackGet Foolery team. This middle is surely gonna go down for Orks eSports. And Delirious is actually in a bit of a precarious situation. If that scout that's pushing on the second point is actually opting to rush him, he's covered by his sniper, but the spam is good. On the sticky trap, did you see that sticky trap on Choke? Just drop Lurius and Zach.
He was playing the long con there. The scouts just thought that they were trying to the demo was trying to contest them, but no, he was watching that sticky trap all the way from the balcony to the Choke. and picks up 2 of the combo classes. They're going to be able to move forward here to retake the Spire. And they might even want to push, although their Uber isn't going to be up for another 20 seconds. They don't have that much of an advantage, but you know, maybe they're just feeling themselves right now, Twiggy.
Yeah, and they have that sniper rifle, but the positioning from Orks eSport is very good. They stay very close to their spheres, and it actually baits DavidTheWin to try to go forward and smash them. But no, it's actually still decent for BackGet Foolery because they have the sniper rifle, but he's looking the wrong way. The combo of Orks eSport is pushing from sewers, and the sniper is not positioned to deal with it. And Kazarak actually goes down. I believe, I'm not sure it was a drop, but while Scott goes down, it was a 98%. I'm pretty sure of it. So teams trading their medic, but all in all, it looks much better for Orks eSport. The sniper play from Karnak's not making any clutch difference. I felt even though he got the medic, like his team was already smashed.
Yeah, his teammates had just left him high and dry there. But Orks now, you know, showing the signs of life here. That was a pretty impressive round. They just bullied BackGet Foolery around, and now we're gonna hit that middle number 5. And I think I'll have to check out the John cam. I thought he was going to come in fast actually. He's not. They're waiting for buffs here. Both soldiers are going to get that fat 300 buff and then jump together it seems. But the counter bomb from Karnax, he turns around and tries to focus down the soldiers. They've just turned all their attention to get that pick onto John, but they've left their medic exposed. Kaza going down here. But as Orks try and push forward from that right hand side, they get absolutely minced up there by Delacinio, the demo man of BackGet Foolery, so kind of gifted them that round, I feel.
Yeah, very good bomb at the start by John, but Delirious and Olga are really stepping it up for your team, as you said. Olga actually lost some dominations, but this is still very good play by them. It looks like they're much confident playing this lineup, and I think Wild Coyote might be just using crits. I'm not so sure. Yeah, he's using crits.
Yeah. So he's clearly feeling the pressure as they just come down towards that halfway point. Almost 15 minutes left. He's going to try and change the pace of the game here. They're still 2 rounds behind, but he's whipping out the crits. Krieg. It's going to build faster than this Ubercharge if they actually build it at the max rate, so that'll give them a slight edge to push with.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they won't expect it. I'm sure BackGet Foolery won't expect this kind of play, but actually Orks eSports are pushing without any kind of Uber whatsoever. A soldier is overextending, that's John, he goes down, and now they're gonna look to use the crits on a much better position on the enemy choke. Where is Kaza? Kaza is actually all the way behind in lobby and crits is popped. This is very good, but this is very good for BackGet Foolery if they can manage to save their medic. But the frags are going left, right, and center. Nobody goes down from Orks, and they just chose to focus down everyone else. Kazarook was just like hovering near the health pack.
Zach, he got the first crit sticky, but then he just kind of panicked and splooged his pipes and stickies all over the place. Eventually his team came in to clean up those frags, so they're going to just jump forward. And Orks find themselves taking another quick round there. This is a game with legs. I think it could go the distance here. I'm not sure if we're going to stay with it all the way. Of course, we're focusing on jumping over to that top 5 rocket versus Salty Frogs game, but it remains to be seen as to when exactly they're starting, Twiggy.
Yep, it is, and I really like to watch close games at LAN. Like the players really like to play those, and even though that's not the highest level, it's still enjoyable because we surely don't know what's gonna happen with these players. And this time, the 2 soldiers of BackGet Foolery are opting to not bomb and to go for the high ground control, but their health is actually not very good, nor is that position. John this time going for the frag onto the demo man first, and then onto the medic works very well for his team. And now the health for BackGet Foolery is quite poor. I think they have to step it up, and instead of bombing just the crits, go for kills on like Zach or something. But now the crit streak is ready. Olga is trying to do his best to make them pop, but they're gonna keep the crit streak until they actually see. Oh no, they're not gonna keep it. Nice job by Karnax, dropping that medic before Zach had a line of sight onto Kaza. But it won't matter. The force control point is gonna fall to the red team, and now. No Ubers on the field. Orks eSport could try to do some kind of suicide play to kill Kaza, but they opt to just control the flow of the game. If they think they are confident, and they went back to the regular medi game.
Check out the position of John here. He's just hiding underneath the rollout, little ramp there. Probably not going to check that spot. There's stickies on the roller door as well, but John is a hidden threat here. He's going to jump up now. He's launched the demo man forward, sets up that frag for Zach, who hits him with a fat direct, but John ends up going down there, so decent enough trade. No demo man up right now. They can try and make some dry pushes, maybe go in for a force if they want to, but they are at that uber disadvantage, so I guess they're just trying to run the clock down here a little bit, buy some time.
I wasn't so sure about this choice for BackGet Foolery to just peek on a very spammable spot just before they got their uber charge. If they had just built it properly, they would have pushed with their demo. And I know they are looking to push because they think they have uber advantage, but actually they don't. So Wild Coyote is gonna get a very good uber onto Larius, and they're gonna head straight to last. In fact, 2 players get dropped as well. Olga gets dropped in the uber while a frag on the scout happens somewhere else. This is looking very good for Orks eSport. It looks like BackGet Foolery after a very good start looking a bit more shaky, but two clutch frags by Gannon and by Karnax are gonna set up the push. Who is that scout? That's Gannon Jr. He wants more blood. He's up onto PC. He's calling his team to push. Delirious is coming for the follow-up play. They still have a window to push before that demo man of Zach respawns and blocks, but Remich steps up, kills that scout. Not enough support, man. They had the window to push.
Yeah, they seem to be in 2 different minds there. The scouts wanted to push, but everyone else was chilling on last. And now they're going to have to deal with this big uber push coming in. Full advantage here for Wild Coyote. And it looks like they're moving towards rollout E and Darius. We've also got Kiro and Spy right now. I'm watching him. So they're going to do the coordinated push perhaps with the uber. And the Spy, Kiro's got the medics back to him. Oh! Easiest pick of his life. The uber charge didn't even matter. Kaza gets dropped with a blade to the back and they just roll in here onto the point. They're stacking the point, forcing the issue here. Their health is still good and it's just a meat grinder there.
Yeah.
3-3, unbelievable.
Yeah, it looks like BackGet Foolery just lost some steam at the end. Orks are collecting themselves and finding the resources to play like on the back of Kiro and John. I think John, despite bottom scoring for his team, is making a lot of space when he wants to, and there is no real answer from Karnax to make the heads of the Orks roster turn around. I know same stuff for BackGet Foolery. They opt to control the high ground. And it's looking to be some kind of spam battle. Now the soldiers of Orks eSports are actually the first to press and look at all the BackGet Foolery roster trying to go back to kill them. It actually managed to bait them very far forward, even outside of middle, to get this kill. And Zach got dropped in the aftermath. So a bit of a more passive approach, but by BackGet Foolery seemed to have worked. But it was a very dangerous game to play.
Yeah, I think they knew that the coordinated bombs were going to be coming in. Oh wow, we see Olga jumping forward to get the force out. The Uber is available here for Kaza. There's the Uber pop coming in as they pick up 2 frags for that Hero and Lurius going down to get that force. Now they'll be able to cap middle here. But yeah, back to that kind of mid-fight strategy. BackGet Foolery just walked back as soon as they saw the bombs coming in. They just stepped back through choke and baited them out, forced them to chase them, and it worked well for them.
Yeah, solid strat. I know Kero is playing sniper once more. The game is tied, there's 10 minutes left. So BackGet Foolery are gonna look first to see what the setup is for Orks eSport. Because of course when you have a sniper on the field you can't afford to do the exact same pushes. And they're gonna have to unlock the situation somehow instead of just committing the either charge. But they're happy to just sit and build so far. But Kero is having a lot of room for free on choke. And I'm pretty sure he has people on his sideline as there is scouts dancing in front of him. And now he's contested by Gannon Jr. No coverage of the Stewards side whatsoever by Orks eSports. And they look confident enough to just take this Uber trade now. But they got a lot of flashing to do. Olga is actually very weak. It looks decent for Orks eSports, but Karnax giving his life to make the whole combo of Orks eSports go back to the point is gonna allow his team to escape. But not before losing 3 players. I think the scouts just overstepped right there.
Yeah, they all had the same idea, but maybe only one of them was needed to go in there and try and distract. But the team health on BackGet Foolery was absolutely dire, so it was vital that Karnax jumped in there to save them. And Orks now taking advantage of that, moving into middle, essentially taking this territory for free. Neither team has Uber yet. We could just see a push here. If they wanted, they could try, you know.
Yeah, it
Work.
would come from Orks eSports, yeah, because BackGet Foolery has a sniper at the moment, so of course they're gonna be a bit defensive. It looks like the play is actually to bait someone forward into PC for John, who is hiding in the corner. So we're gonna see if BackGet Foolery just are foolish enough to step forward. Actually, Olga gets dropped and the Uber is popped. Much better building for Orks eSports. And Zach is stuffing Kazarok with pipes. One more sticky will do it. Zach.
Oh, he almost got a 3k there in the PC to save some face, but it ends up that BackGet Foolery get wiped there, and Orks have had 3 rounds without response. This could be a 4th.
It comes down to a very basics, you know, building correctly can make a whole lot of the difference. Pushing on a 15% real advantage was just enough for Orks eSports. I know BackGet Foolery are opting to put all the stuff that they surely don't want to lose this round with only 5 minutes left. The sentry gun is gonna come into play, and also a defensive spy. They know they have a window. It's quite small actually, but they do have a window to get onto Wild Squid. But Ganon will have to go extremely fast. Wild Squid is dangerously near this Uber charge, and they will actually push just before the spy can come into play. So worst case scenario for BackGet Foolery, but the sentry gun is making so much time for the spy to get the kill onto Zack and on Remit. So it works in the in the end. Who can outspy? Who is the story of this game? The first hero, then Ganon.
It was very unorthodox. His timing to go in there, but he managed to get those 2 backs turned to him. And it seems like BackGet Foolery are going to be able to hold on here. Some big pipes coming out at the end to complement the sentry gun play. They're already pushing ahead onto Spire, and it doesn't look like anyone from Orks really wants to contest, and Zach's just spamming a few pipes. But they do get the forward spawn though, so that's going to bode well for Orks eSports here. They can definitely try and hold middle, no Uber charge for Kaza and BackGet for at least another 25 seconds.
Yep. And so far the teams are opting to just build properly. I hope that Kaza and Olga are being a bit more careful. Yeah, building with the escape plan. I like this addition of the reduced heal rate on the escape plan, you know?
Yeah, not enough people use that. Like, I think some soldiers still build the old-fashioned way of, you know, like self-damaging yourself.
Yeah, it's fine when you don't have gunboats, but when you have, it's very neat to be able to still build. I think all the classes can build Uber these days.
Yeah, pretty much actually.
I know Orks eSports are once again making their way into the sewers. I think this has been called by the BackGet Foolery combo, but they're Hunter for free that no only receive a bit of spam, but the Uber of the defenders is forced the first, but everyone just drops like flies. Wild Coyote, thinking he had a good Uber to work with, just dropping everyone, and he finds himself gangbanged near the sewers area, completely surrounded. And now Orks eSports can only salvage by doing some kind of backup, but Karnax has the number of Orks. Roster gets dropped by John, but John is so weak, only one guy has to go back to kill him, and it's gonna be it. But John eats 6 rockets, doesn't matter for him, it just gets the frag anyway. And they can still push if they want to. There is no heals for Orks eSports. The window is roughly 10 seconds, and that's what they're going to do. Olga stepping very far forward, making a lot of room for his team and stuffing Orks eSports back into their sewers. The team look very out. Both of the teams look completely out of steam in this match. Like it could go either way and go to the wire, you know.
Yeah, it's just early in the afternoon here. We had very little sleep last night, and it's cold as hell in here, man. Gamers with cold hands struggling to make an impact here. Wild Coyote couldn't right-click in time to save his teammates, and it just changed the momentum of this game where it had been all Orks. Now we see BackGet Foolery on the comeback. 3 minutes 30 on the clock as they Uber in here, bottom left. They're going to try and steam forward, but there's a sentry gun waiting for them as well as a heavy. And we just see Orks playing around that gun, trying to make the most of that 7th man on the field. Now, the Demo Man's pressure the point. Oh, they're playing a dangerous game. They do pop off their Uber and move forward, but there's 3 players behind, and the Conscious being popped up here by Olga. Get the scramble on the point, and they just juggled them off there. Sneaky cap.
I like this play. Like they seem to really understand how to push this last, not committing too heavily on the heavy weapons guy at close range, but instead getting the high ground on the controller. The controller plus 2 soldiers, man, you get healed so much.
Yeah, especially when they're all grouped up like that, and you know you're doing big damage. You're getting that 35% damage
Yeah.
back as heals or something like that.
Yeah, it was the issue for Orks when we casted them yesterday on Badlands. They all tend to drop down on the floor to hold the point instead of going to good position. And now they're looking very good. BackGet Foolery controlling the crates of the near the health pack of Orks eSports, stuffing them with a lot of damage. Look at the health on this Orks eSports roster. If only Delirious had some help to kill that scout that's annoying him. There we go, Carnax stuffs Remich with a rocket. And now the bomb for Lurius tries to come, but he cannot connect the shotgun shells onto Kaza. So the mid goes for BackGet Foolery. And they have a clear chance at pushing out this second point. Looks like Carnax is gonna scout the Sewers area, making sure there is nothing for his team to worry about. He's going extremely aggressive, like just visiting the skybox of the map. And the health on Blue Soldier is actually very poor. And now Delirious gets dropped to very low health, so Orks eSports should look to go more forward if they want to capitalize on this. Delirious is actually totally isolated on second point, not on the same page as Olga. Olga gets dropped. The Uber, Delirious gets dropped. The Uber gets popped, and while Skoyot pops but loses Remich, is kind of scrappy. But Kazarok, what is he doing still so far forward? He had tons of time to escape, but chose to just stay and die.
Yeah, they wanted to commit to that push, seemingly, but they've been punished here. Orks, actually kind of outnumbered here in terms of combat classes, are just working their way forward, looking to focus down these targets. The pressure there from Olga is enough to send Wildcout back a bit. And, oh, that was close to demo bombed in, but just couldn't catch him.
It almost connected though. The stick did so much damage, but Orks eSports are not going to be happy about that. They would have liked to just steamroll onto mid, and BackGet Foolery are still holding it despite having lost their medic previously. So Orks eSports are definitely going to make some kind of push, but the setup for BackGet Foolery is extremely passive. But will they see early enough that Orks eSports are pushing from PC? Did Darius see it? I'm not so sure. He's gonna get focused down, not before getting Remich. The Uber gets popped, but they lose their two scouts. Orks eSports, this is a car crash of a push. Can they connect onto Kazarok? Yes, they can. It's a 3-on-3 situation, and the health is quite bad for Orks eSports.
Oh, they're getting destroyed by these scouts now. The Conqueror comes in as well, just to rub salt in the wound. They're gonna chase after them, but that was the only chance Orks had there. There was like 30 seconds left and they made that push, but losing two players right in the middle of, or right at the beginning of that Uber kind of was the, the death knell for that push. It hasn't worked out for them, and we do see BackGet Foolery progressing in this upper bracket, whilst Orks will be knocked down into the lower bracket.
Yep. And best of it, the top 5 rocket game actually hasn't started yet, so we're gonna make a quick break and ensure that we are ready for it. So stay tuned, guys.
We'll be back.